Hey, hey, peace, power, and profit, everybody. Welcome to the Urban Economic Empowerment Show. And on this evening, we're going to do again, talk about some more grant information, of course. And I want to just walk through some grants and see how it would actually help you all. Hopefully, you can gain some insight from some of the information that is being shared that can help you out, right? So I'm gonna let's see. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna pull up PowerPoint and we're gonna build off the last PowerPoint. We're gonna build off the last project that we did. I'm gonna use Excel. Let me see if I can bring up an Excel document. And we could go from there. Chris in the background somewhere. He's back there somewhere. All right, so let's see what we can do. I'm going to let me open up a new Excel spreadsheet. All right. Uh-oh. Let me find my charger before we be man down. Already take my time on this evening so we can get into this. I hope somebody jump on the panel because I need somebody to talk to. I'm trying to get this right. Let's see how it works out. Give me a second. Let me get it all together. I'm not looking at the chat, you guys, so if you're saying something I don't know. But thank you for coming through if you are. So let's do this. I'm going to share my screen. And I want to take, oh, you know what? Let me send that PowerPoint to myself. And then we're going to build off of it that we did last time. Remember? We talked about, we did the barbershop. Well, we don't necessarily have to build off the barbershop. I'm going to do something that I'm working on. If you're working on a project, if you're working on a grant, I want to share some stuff with you real quick. Let me get my little stuff together. As soon as I think I got it together, I'm ready to go live. So iPhone got these new updates and I can't find my stuff sometimes. All right. So what I want to talk about are your inputs, your activities, your outputs, and your outcomes. Right? So these are the areas that I want to talk to you about, right? Your input, your activities, your output, and your outcomes. All right. Let me blow this up a little bit so you guys can see. Make this large so you can see. Okay. So we're going to so we're going to go at what each of these are. So let me gather my stuff. Let me gather my stuff. All right. And this is basically called the logic model. So anytime you get ready to approach a grant, This is when you're gathering your grant ideas, right? You want to be able to put this together so that it can kind of show how your project will flow. Okay? All right. So your inputs are usually, these are the immediate. So I want you to think about it. Your immediate, tangible. I'm gonna type it out so that you can actually really gather instead of me just reading it out for you. Your immediate, tangible results of program activities. Let's see. Program activities, categories, categorized as short term, medium term, and long term goals. Right. So your inputs, to make it easier, we can say your goals, right? This will be short term, long term, or got medium. Short term, medium, or long term goals. And you can actually create these, but we're gonna create them as we go along. So bear with me. It may sound like I'm moving a little slow, right? So your short term, long term, and medium goals. All right, so we're gonna put them all together in a second. All right. Let's split it up a little bit. So short term, long term, medium goals. Let's put these in a box at the top. All right, now your activities. So you're going to create your goals, and then once you create your goals, these are going to be the activities. What are you planning to do? How? What the activity is going to be? It's a detailed framework explaining how and why a desired change is expected to happen in a particular context, right? So this is going to be, the activity is going to be, what is the change? What type of change is going to happen? What do you plan to do? All right. And then you have your outputs. This is the observed change from the long-term goals. So your outputs is what actually happened, right? What did you expect to happen, or what actually happened? What are you expecting to happen? What do you expect to happen after you do your create goal? What do you plan to do? Then you're gonna put the activities in place. So you're creating this goal. You're gonna implement an activity, and then you expect, once you implement an activity or you create a program, that you expect something to happen, right? What is going to happen? What is the outcome? What is the output from that activity? So if it's a training, if you plan to train, then what do you expect to happen after you train? All right. Then the outcomes is list improvements or what's the impact? What's the impact of the group? Or what's the impact? What is the impact of community or community, you could say well-being or environment, sustainability. All right. Spread that out. So you're talking about what is the goal? What do you plan to do? What do you think is going to happen? And what's going to be the results? Right? So what actions are going to be taking place? How do you plan to put it on? Right? So you plan, so some activities, this could be, we can elaborate on this even more. So maybe I could put, maybe you're going to conduct workshops. Maybe you're going to organize a campaign. Maybe you could provide training or share educational tools, right? So you could say that's your activity. This is what you're possibly going to do for your audience, right? So you got to go, and then you're gonna provide some type of workshop. Maybe you're gonna put on some type of campaign. Maybe you're gonna do some type of training, or maybe you're gonna provide educational tools, right? Then what do you expect to happen? So once you do this, what are you expecting to happen, right? So this could be you could say the number of workshops held, or you can have number of participants trained. You can have what materials were created. What materials created, right? That will be your outputs. Okay. And then the outcomes, and you can have different, you can have it on different levels. So your outcomes, you can have, if it's short term, you can have a short term. If you're gonna have a short term, middle term, and long term goal, then you can have separate outcomes, right? So these different examples can be: did you increase the knowledge, raise awareness, improve the attitude, maybe you're adopting new practices, applying new skills. So I like that better. I like the whoever that you're training to. I hope you can hear me again. I don't know where I went. All right. So I hope you guys can hear me. Let me see if I can see the chat because I sure don't know what's going on. I'm just going on and on and on. I think I'm back.
Yes, you're on. You can be heard.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chris. No, this on the stage. Let's see what I did. Hide that. Put that back. All right, cool. All right. So before you get to prepare your grant, this is what you need to determine. What are your goals? Right? What are your goals? Then what do you plan to do? Do you plan to do a workshop? Do you plan to organize some type of campaign? Do you plan to provide some type of training, educational tools, create? Let's see, let's do that. Let's say create educational tools. Then your outputs, the number of workshops you're going to hold, if that's what you're planning to do. How many participants do you plan to train? What materials do you plan to create? Right? So maybe, and don't try to do everything. You can't do everything, right? So let's put one on each line so it doesn't look so cluttered. All right. So let's do it like this. And then we're going to start to put this together and you can see how it works. All right. So I don't think that, I truly believe that some folks want to apply for grants, but they don't know, they're not sure of how it actually works or how to put it together. So I'm going to help you. All right. And so each of your, oh, that one should have stayed. Each of your goals should have this, right? So watch this. Watch me work it out. Watch me work it out. Delete that. Number workshops. Um, let's see. And this would be this could be monthly, semi-annually, or annually. Right? When you're doing your little campaigns, that's how it all works. And this will be goal 1, see. So you would have 4 goals, right? And then your outcomes. Mess me up. Hold on. Somebody call your phone. They just miss you all that. And then your outcomes, right? I'm gonna go with let's see. Let's see, workshops. Okay, workshops. I'm gonna say adopting new practices. That will be 1. Then 2, let's see, organizing a campaign. You could say raise. You could say raise awareness. And then 3, for training, you can say apply a new skill. And then you could possibly say create materials. You could say eh, influence policy. How about that? So that's kind of like a better understanding. So you got raise awareness, right? So these would be, you would have 4 goals, and then you would, for your first goal, you would say, okay, you want to conduct a workshop. You would say what type. You would say how many you would actually do, and your aim is to, you'd be showing them some type of practice that they can adapt, and you would hope that so many people would adapt that practice, right? If you have a second goal, it could be organize a campaign. How often will you have it? And your outcome is to hope that you raise awareness amongst the group. Third type, provide a training. You would say the number of participants you train, and you hope that they apply a new skill set. And then 4 could be create educational tools. Um, you could put what type of materials you put together. It could be an online ebook. It could be a hard copy. It could be some type of technology device, coded program, application, app, website, you name it, and you hope to influence policy. And so these are the ways you want to do it. So you would gather up all your resources you have available to come up with your goal, right? And then in activities, you want to identify the plan that you're going to put together, right? And the outputs, it has to be something reasonable, measurable, that has some type of tangible result, something you can put your hands on. And then the outcomes, you want to be able to describe what change, how was the change created, was it behavior, was it some type of practice, does it have some type of long-term effect? Okay, so let's let's see how, let's get us some examples. So I think before we did, I think we did something with the barbershop, right? Um, I'm gonna use mine for example. All right, so let me find my grant. Let me find my grant. Let me find my grant. All right, so the first one. So one of my first goals. So I'm gonna leave this up here for classroom purposes, so we don't get lost in the sauce of what we're trying to say. I'm gonna copy, and I'm gonna delete the content, right? And I like to color code stuff, so bear with me. It's a habit I have. Sometimes the screens plays in my eyes, so I'll be like, I'm about to color code this thing. So I just come up with some colors. Ooh, that's too bright. Yellow. Okay, cool. All right. So now I am going to come up with an example. So let's say one of my first goals is build relationship and network. Why did I select that? Because if you want to if you want to get awards, you have to build a network. You have to have some type of relationship with um, either different local governments, with other nonprofit organizations, with other um, businesses in the industry. You want to build a relationship, and so in building that relationship, I have to say, okay, what do I need to do to build a relationship, right? The second goal I have is enhance the communications. How do I get the word out? And then the third one I have is training my staff management, right? Now, the activity for relationships, what I want to do, my relationships, um, I want to have an exhibit fair of um, uh, environmental environmental NGOs, uh, CBOs. It could be a community-based organization, community-based, uh, community-based organizations. Um, it could be government agencies, local government. Um, and it also could be, who else could I tie in there? Academic institutions, and other similar um, organization. Well, I don't need to say that. I can just leave it like this, etc. Right? So I want to have an exhibit. An exhibit fair that includes. So I want to have an exhibit fair that includes other nonprofit organizations, community-based organizations, local government, and academia. So that's what I want to work on. So I want to build a relationship and a network with these individuals. right? And so I want to have twice a year or once a year, once per year, or I could say once per year over a, or I would say 3 times. I could say 3 times, 3 times per year. All right. And then my outcome is to raise awareness. So I'm gonna do, because I want to do, uh, let's see, exhibit fair of environmental and health, an environmental and health exhibit fair. Yeah, there you go. Let's change it. That's what I want to do. Exhibit fair, which consists of, consists of, here we go. Bam. There we go. I want to do it 3 times a year, and I want to environmental and health awareness. All right. See, that makes sense? This is what I hope to get out of it. Does that make sense? Um, I'm narrowing it down. All right. Then I want to communications. What's up, Chris? What you about to say?
Nothing. I'm just listening.
Oh, all right. So then for communications, I'm gonna say I want to conduct a um, public survey, a oh, let's set up survey. So I want to do a survey. The second one, all right. And in that survey, I want to do the same thing. I want to do that 3 times a year. And with the survey, I want to influence policy. All right. So, hold on 1 second. Okay. So, so you see how that does that make sense, right? It's coming along pretty good. All right. So then for my staff, I want to provide training. I want to provide, and I'll could say the same thing that I want to provide environmental. Specifically, I want to provide uh, recyclable, and waste management training. All right. So I want to provide recyclable and waste management training. I want to do that also 3 times a year. And I want to do that for to adapt um, I want them to adapt biodegradable practices and recycle practices and recycle practices. Yay! So you see how that worked out? Now,
Mm-hmm.
now I can actually write to this, right? So these are my 3 goals. This is what how I'm going to go about presenting them, getting to those goals. This is how often I'm going to do it, and this is my expected outcome. So no matter what grant you write, this is what it should look like. What are your goals? What do you plan to do? How often? And what are you planning to get out of it? Right? That's your whole grant. That's your whole grant.
Right.
Now you can take it a little farther, right? You can say what are the benefits? You can add that. What are the benefits to the community? You can put that out there. What are the benefits to the community? So let me find the barbershop one, and I'm gonna copy and paste this to it. Maybe we could probably switch up some stuff. Let me figure out what I did with that PowerPoint, and then I'm gonna add that to it. Let's see. That's crazy. I was like, what happened to my PowerPoint? I think I had it on this computer. Let me do a save as. I don't know if I'll be able to bring it up in the there it goes, downloaded the PowerPoint. All right, so I downloaded it in a PowerPoint, and then I'm gonna send it to myself, and then we'll open it up, and then we'll add to that particular grant idea that we talked about before. So let me get it. I got a million screens up. I'm gonna get the PowerPoint. No. All right. So this is what Chris and I worked on before. So now we need to add to it. Let's see some of the stuff we get out. We created our budget and everything. So you take it out. and we are going to add to this PowerPoint. So we're just kind of taking our time. So those of you who are trying to write grants, that you have an idea on what to do. Let me get some of this off the screen first. I had copied the slides. I was going to start another one. All right, so let me get the Excel information. All right. And this can apply to the barbershop actually. Same categories. Oh, we don't want it like that though. We don't want it like that. Yeah, there we go. Damn. Look at that. Somebody might be out there getting grown. Now all they want to do is train somebody else. Maybe you got a barber shop or something. So this was Chris's idea. So we don't get it right. I got to get it right, get it right, get it right. All right. So let's do it like this, do it like that, do it like organizers so you guys can see. All right. So this is the barbershop right here. We fix the font. All right. So boom. Make this a little smaller. So this first spelled that wrong. All right. So now we have our inputs, we have our activities, we have our outputs, we have our outcomes. We haven't put the benefits to the community yet. So now, what do we need to do next? Okay, so we need to make it more applicable to the barbershop. So we're gonna go. You're gonna go after that non-competitive grant. You can say, okay, now you have to break this stuff out. Like, what do you plan to do? You already know your activities. What do you plan to do about that? Now we have to come up with the problem. You know what we want to do. Now we have to come up with the problem. All right. So now you have to determine your problem statement. So let's make another slide. The problem statement. So your problem statement, it says it needs to be a concise description of issues being addressed, including its scope, impact, and who it affects. It explains why the problems matters and set the stage for the program objectives. All right. So now you have to say, why does the problem matter? So what would be the problem of the mobile barbershop? Chrissy, you still in class and messing around with some money?
I am not in the class. I'm doing something else though. Why?
All right, so let's find some.
Why? What is it? What's up?
What's the problem, and why does a barber have to have a mobile barbershop?
Why does he have to have a mobile barbershop?
Yeah.
He don't have to have one.
So why would he want one
Um.
for the underserved community? So maybe, so the problem could be maybe because they're in a space all day and they don't really get to get out.
Yeah.
Definitely.
lower overhead costs too.
No. I didn't say it was the benefit of a movie shop. I said what are some problems? Um,
That's not necessarily a benefit, but
high
that's
overhead.
probably
You
that's
say high
probably yeah, that's probably why they wouldn't want to have a building.
high
Is
overhead.
yeah, they would have to rent. The rent will probably go up most likely.
Overhead costs.
Yep. You have to pay other barbers.
So the high overhead costs, the like economic impact
Yeah.
of the economy, right?
Yes.
Um, let's see what else could be some stuff. It could be um,
You have to feel so with doing mobile, it's just you. But with the barber shop, you would probably need to hire other barbers.
right. So maybe you'll get the most from if you get out in the community. Meet our groom, our train. So we got to create a problem statement like why would a mobile barbershop be needed in an underserved community? Um, community building. Let's see, there'll be another one. We come up with three good ones. Lack of transportation and unable to travel, right? Let's see, what could be some other ones? You can, let's see, hmm. Let me see. Let's see. I might have to get a community. So we're gonna create the problem statement.
Hmm.
So there's a few. Um, I'm gonna do I'm gonna do an example.
Hmm.
Let me get an example or how to create one. Let's see. Let me get an example. Fire. So we know we have full high overhead. Let's see this part. Let's put um limited grooming services. So we have limited grooming services. Um, and we got the transportation part.
What else?
And so those are the that's the problem. So now we have to come up with um let's see. So now we have to say, let's say we want to help um let's say we want to help 20% of the youth population. So we could say
Mm.
it's like going back to school, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So we could say let's see, in under. I'm just making up this number, so I need to get some statistics. Hold on. Let's find us some statistics. We can just make it up. Let's see. Um, what's the population, population of youth under 18 in underserved communities with no barbershop, barber, barber, uh, barber. Let's see what we get. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta study. Oh, you gotta study. Health promotion in barbershops, balancing outreach and research in African American communities. All right. Let's see this study in the abstract. We want to let me go back before I look at that because that's a backup study that we can use. It's been cited 99 times. So let's see if we can find um let's see. We need the population, barbershops and prevention health. Black barbers as mental advocates. Hey, we on to something with this barbershop thing now.
I see.
Health promotion interventions for African Americans. We on to something, Chris. It started out as a
Mm.
joke, about to be a real thing.
Yeah, real talk.
Effectiveness of barber-based interventions for improving. What? Okay. Here's Department of Juvenile Justice. Let's see what they're giving us some statistics.
Mm.
Okay, so they give the poverty. Um, so they're giving us on the 2019 census. We should have a 21 census though. The youth population reached a low point in 1984 at 62.5 million, increase of 19%, 2020, and then declined 1% in 2019. All right, let's see. Compared with 2020, the population is expected to increase 2% by 2030 and 6% by 2050. right. So I think we need to let's see how we're gonna work this. Race ethnicity profile for youth population will change considerably by year.
Mm.
We know that. Let's see. Let's see if I could get population underserved communities. Let's see.
Mm.
Um, let's see. Maybe I should target a particular group. Let's say African American population of youth under 18 in African American communities. Uh-oh. So it looks like, let's see, let's just say African American communities, period. Here we go. U.S. Census.
Mm.
14% of the total youth population under 18 in the United States identifies African American, meaning 14% of all children under 18 are Black or African American. All right. So now I need to say, now I need to look to see um, how many underserved communities do have a barbershop. Maybe I should have in some communities in line between barbershop, like neighborhoods have always offered community. Let's see. Let's see what this site says. It's all about just creating a safe space, barbershop and beauty salons as community anchors in Black neighborhoods, crime prevention, cohesion, and support during the COVID. Okay, let's see. Maybe I'll say this advantage. Um, let me see. Show a GIS. Show a GIS map of underserved communities without a bone shop. Let's see somebody. Uh-oh, U.S. Census Tract. All right. Underserved communities, but it may not have what we're looking for.
Mm.
Justice Previous Tract. Disadvantage according to just recorded. Let's see. So maybe I need to get my statistics a different way and just go with um CGIS viewer. Let's see what types of statistics you're giving. All right, so this is disadvantage communities, and where is this? This Columbia. This is in South Carolina.
Mm.
Or is it? No, we don't have no St. Louis County. This is where is this oh this is zoomed in. Let's see. Since we're talking about Texas, let's go down to Texas. Look, don't look like you have that many disadvantaged communities over there.
Yeah.
Texas. You got a few though. Let's see Houston. Let's see if we can keen in on right on in over Houston. Waller County. Let's see, Colorado County.
Waller County?
Yeah, that's near you.
Huh?
That's near you.
No, I mean it's in the Houston area. It's outside the city though.
Washington County.
No, I don't know about Washington County. Waller County.
Okay, let me just bring this up and see.
That's out in Prairie View.
What about Harris County?
That's the county I stay in.
Damn.
That's
Harris
Houston.
population 7,620. This tract is identified as disadvantaged because of five categories that meet the criteria.
Huh?
Climate
What?
change.
What? How many people?
It says, well, you probably got that it just says population of 7,602.
For Harris County?
Maybe that's just like a particular area to make
Uh,
sure I read it right.
yeah, it's gotta be a
For
particular area.
disadvantage, maybe just for disadvantage,
Oh, okay, okay.
right? And that's because of five categories: climate change, clean energy and energy efficiency, affordable and sustainable housing, reduce remediation of legacy pollution, training and workforce development. It says there are 406 disadvantaged tracts in Harris County and 2,609, 2,069 disadvantaged tracts in Texas. All right.
Mhm.
It says climate change. It says communities identified as disadvantaged if at or above the 90% percentile for expected agriculture loss or rate or expected building loss rate or expected population loss rate and is above the 65 percentile for low income and 80% or more of adults 15 or older are not enrolled in higher education.
Mhm.
Clean energy and energy efficiency. Since communities are identified as disadvantaged if and or above the 90% percentile for energy burden or PM 2.5 in the air and is above 65% of low income and 80% or more of adults 15 or older or not enrolled in high school, higher education. Clean transit. Communities identified as disadvantaged. Let's see what I didn't say. If at all, above 90% for diesel, particularly matter exposure, or traffic proximity and volume, and is above 65% percentile for low income and 80% more than 15 adults 15 or older are not enrolled in higher education. All right. Affordable and sustainable housing. If at all, 90% of percentile for lead paint and medium house value is or at less than 90% or at or above 90% of housing cost burden and are below 65% for low income in the middle West. Reduction in remedial of legacy pollution. Communities are identified as disadvantaged, if at all, 90% of the percentile for proximity to hazard waste facilities or proximity to national priorities, lists, sites, or proximity to risk management plan facilities and is above 65% percentile. Clean water and waste infrastructure. Communities are identified as disadvantaged, if at all, above the 90% percentile for wastewater discharge. Health burdens, 90% percentile for asthma or diabetes or heart disease or low life expectancy. And then workforce, If low, medium income as a percentile of area median income, or linguistic isolation or unemployment, or percent individuals in households at or above 100% federal poverty level, and 10% or more of the adults 25 or older have not attained a high school degree, high school, and 80% or more 15 and older are not enrolled in higher education. So we can say, let's go back in the beginning. So we can look for, let's see, let's go back. That's if we use the GIS map. Let's see. Let's go back and get the census. So we just want the population of youth. Let's see. Population of youth in underserved communities. We can say it like that. We should have had, let's see, of youth under 18 years old. Let's do it like that. That's doing COVID. I want to get the census. Ooh, every time we sound the same, they just automatically point to us. Ain't that something? The age distribution of barbershop clients. Let's see. Age distribution of barbers and clients in participating barbershops. There are no barriers over 65 years old enrolled in the study. Implications for effectiveness of barbershop models and health promotion of African Americans. Barbershops has been used to target African American men across age groups for health screenings, health interventions, and for research. Few studies explore social demographics characterized for barbershops and their clients. Very few evaluate the client's relative comfort. So we can say that we want to use a barbershop to survey. So yeah, that's a good case scenario. Instead of trainings, we can say we use the mobile barbershop to survey
Mm.
or to bring environmental awareness, because it seems as though all of the studies use barbershops to track information for African American men.
Mm.
This is um the findings were 11% of African American men reported feeling comfortable undergoing barbershop based education screenings via trained barbers. Although screening studies were conducted by
Huh.
health professionals, while prior studies demonstrate improved disease management with barbers as health educators. So in order to get y'all to do anything, you got to get y'all in the barbershop to get the education. Somebody got to talk about it in the barbershop. So I'm liking this barbershop idea, Chris,
Uh-huh. I
based
bet.
on all these studies.
Yeah.
So what I need to do, we need to say, I need some statistics. So let's go back up. Let's see. Health promotion intervention. for African Americans using mobile barbershops? Hmm. And finally, some statistics. Health promotion intervention for African Americans delivered in U.S. barbershops and hair salons, a systematic review.
Mm.
So let's do, all right. So we could probably say, um, let's see, we could probably come up with, we could probably say, how many men you think in a community will use, will you go to the barbershop? All of, not all of them.
Mm.
How many African American?
That's too much of a general question.
Let's see. Okay, so how many African American men in a disadvantaged community
How,
um,
how many African American men are in that?
go to a barbershop? We gonna get our problem statement. It can vary. Or how often?
Maybe twice a month.
So the national data from industry reports, they say 70 to 80% of African American men visit barbershops regularly.
Yeah.
Disadvantaged communities, the number may slightly be different.
Mm.
Let me get a source. I need a source. I need a source. I need a source. All right. San Francisco Chronicles, Black Barbershop. All right. Let's see these sources. How Black barbershops are changing community health. Okay, okay. Let's go see about this right here. You're gonna give us a problem statement. You gotta get us a problem statement. I can't see the chat, but I hope. Let me see. Somebody may have given me a comment or two. Hey, peace, Brandon. I don't know if you're still watching, but hey, Mika. Let me see. How Black barbershops are changing community health. Let's see. All right. Somebody beat us to it, Chris. We gotta play catch up. We're gonna take it on the road. So, how Black barbershops partners par- partnerships are transforming healthcare. Healthcare is getting a makeup in Black barbershops thanks to partnerships with medical organizations. These connections are turning barbershops into local health information hubs. These partnerships use unique connections within the communities to fill health service voids in underprivileged areas, to guide prevention care, and help diagnose issues like hypertension early. Did you hear about the Los Angeles barbershop that helped lower blood pressure? These successful alliances led to sustainable health improvements in their community. Images of the integration, digital innovation, and personalized advice into the health initiatives. The future holds great promises and progress. Well, ain't this something? They beat us to it, Chris.
Mm.
Trust. Trusted spaces for health education and constituencies. Bridging healthcare gaps in underserved communities, Black barbershops, partnerships provide. Okay, so we're going to take this truck on the road. So we can say examples of successful partnerships, impact on community health outcomes. Partnerships inside Black barbershops are improving community health outcomes through the use of community-based healthcare programs by using the cultural value of Black barbershops. These partnerships close the gap between underserved communities and healthcare practitioners, resulting in better health results. All right, so we can say that um, engaging using mobile transportation to engage in disadvantaged communities. Okay, let's go back to our. Let me go back to our PowerPoint. Um, we could say um, in under. I mean, in disadvantaged. I want to say underserved. In underserved communities. Um, Black or African American men lack access to um, barbershops due to a lack of due to a lack of transportation, due to a lack of transportation, um, what else? Let me say, low, limited financial, limited financial resources, and let me see if I'm saying it right. In underserved communities, oh, what was that statement? Hold on, I just saw it. Hold on, let me fix it. Let me fix it, 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 let me fix it. Okay, so I could say, so I should say, mm, in underserved communities, like African American men, like access to barbershops due to a lack of transportation, limited financial resources. Oh no, I can say in underserved communities, Black or African American men lack access to, I need to say something else. Lack access to, oh, in underserved communities, African American, Black, Black or African American men, um, lack access to barbershops due to transportation and limited financial resources. A mobile barbershop, mobile barbershop, um, can be a solution to to affordable affordable and impromptu services uh to to help the community to to help to help with community more community engagement and hygiene awareness. I don't know if I get it right. Hygiene awareness. Mm, I'm thinking, let's see, affordable and impact to services to help with. Oh God, solutions for affordable, maybe we'll say accessible and accessible services. Um, let me see what that other thing said. And accessible, so affordable and accessible services resulting resulting with um Zion, turn it down, boy. Little knucklehead. Let's see. Let's see if I got this right. Resulting in let's see, resulting in look at these words, right? Resulting in increased self esteem and community engagement. I wanted to say that I wanted to use the health piece in it. Let me see. Let me see if I got it right. So I don't even so in underserved communities, let's see. I think I may have it right. Transportation, finance, resources, a mobile barbershop can be a solution to affordable and accessible services resulting in self-esteem and community engagement. Let's see what it comes to. Let's see what happens now. Um, in underserved communities, Black and African American men often face challenges assessing barbershops due to limited transportation options and financial constraints. A mobile barbershop offers an affordable and accessible solution, helping to boost self-esteem and for. Oh, I like it. I think I found this something. Chris. African American men. Let's see. Often face challenges. Challenges assessing barbershops due to due to limited transportation options. Like it. Transportation options and financial constraints. And financial constraints. Constraints. And financial constraints. Mobile barbershop. Hold on. What's up, Tiffany?
Hello, darling.